I'm Coach Ange from Rope Flow Philippines, and this video is for anyone who wants to start their rope flow journey but isn't sure how. Are you ready? Let's flow!
Have fun!
In today's video, we'll be learning the underhand and overhand side swing and how they're different, the matador pattern, and the race and chase pattern so that you can get started on your rope flow journey. So there are two parts of the rope I want you to remember. One is the handles and the other is the apex. When it comes to the handles, we always want to hold them with a loose grip. So make an OK sign with your hand like this and put the handle through, making sure that it's where your palm is. So whether you hold it with two hands or in one hand, you always want a loose grip for those last three fingers, so never close your hand like this. You can also choose to put your pointer finger through the middle if that feels better for you. The apex, what we want to remember is we always want it to stay true like this, so we never want it to tangle up. And you can check if your rope is the right length for you by stepping on that apex and seeing how high the handles come up. So you want to make sure it's somewhere between your rib and your hip level. If it's too long, just add a knot like this. And now you're ready to flow. So we're gonna start in a bilateral stance with the feet in one line and your rope in your left hand. So begin to swing that rope back and forth in a pendulum motion, and we're gonna start finding our underhand side swing. To find the underhand side swing, you wanna wait till the rope makes its way forward and hits the peak of that pendulum. Then you're going to pull it up and around and allow that rotation to continue. So make sure that you're hitting the ground each time whenever that rope makes its rotation, at least for now. And let's now pay attention to the body. So we want to move that head over the same side foot as the side you're rolling your rope on. So bring that head over that foot so your weight can transfer there. And as you're rolling your rope, bring some awareness to your wrists. Make sure they're rotating and driving that rotation for the rope. Also make sure your elbow is involved in the movement and even your shoulder. So you're really driving that movement forward in the underhand pattern. Great, so if you got that, let's try it on the other hand. So now let's try that on our other hand. Hold the rope with a loose grip and begin to find that pendulum motion on the other side. Remember, you want the rope to have its own space on the floor so that it won't hit you. So as you go back and forth, wait for the rope to make its way forward and then pull it up and over and around into that underhand pattern. Now drive the movement with the elbow, with the shoulder, and even with the lats, continuing to allow that rotation to happen. Bringing the head over the other foot, leaning to the same side that you're rolling that rope on. Make sure you're pulsing with your rope to learn how to sync the movement of your body with the movement of that rope and really hit the ground each time you pulse. Okay team, it's time to level it up. We'll be passing the rope back and forth from one hand to the other, so you need that hand-eye coordination in check, and you've got to be extra mindful. So we'll be passing after every 4 hits. To pass your rope, you want to wait for the rope to hit the ground. After it hits the ground, you're going to pull it up and over and into your other hand, making sure you're still doing underhand on the other side. So we'll be passing every 4 reps. Ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice one. Really good job there. High five. Now we're gonna go for 2 hits every time we cross. Ready? It's gonna happen faster, so you've got to react quick. Let's go. So allow that rope to pendulum. Find your underhand. Ready, go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Last one. 1, 2, and 1, 2. Great job there, you guys. If you got that down, we're ready to move on. And if you need to practice some more, don't worry about it. Just rewind the video and do it again. We're gonna now move on to finding our first pattern, the matador. Okay team, we're ready to unlock our first pattern, the Matador, and I've got Coach Ray here to help me out. So we'll be using 2 hands now. Make sure the handles are where the palms are, and you've got a loose grip on that rope. Let's start on the left side, swinging the rope back and forth, and we want to find our underhand side swing here. So let that rope come forward, up and around. So first, we're gonna switch every 4 hits just like we did last time. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, cross. 1, 2, 3, cross. Last pair. 2, 3, cross, and 1, 2, 3, finish. Great job, guys. Great job, Coach Ray. Our real goal, though, is to cross after every 2 hits. So we have to react faster and be really mindful of the movement of the rope. Are you ready? Let's go. So swing that rope back and forth. Find your underhand side swing. Ready? Go. 1, cross. 2, cross. 3, cross. Great job, guys. Keep going. Keep allowing that rope to cross from one side to the other. And as that happens, make sure you're also shifting your weight from one side to the other, bringing that head over the same side foot. Now let's take a closer look at Coach Ray here. You'll see that Coach Ray is driving this movement using his shoulders, his elbows, and even his lower body, those hips, knees, ankles. So as you're doing this underhand Matador pattern, you want to make sure that you're allowing the body to rotate, really exaggerating the movement of those shoulders so that you can get the most out of this pattern. And if you got that, congratulations team. You just unlocked your first pattern, the underhand Matador. Great job, Coach Ray. Now I've got a challenge for you. We'll be doing that again, except we'll be crossing the rope every time it hits the ground. So this is a little more difficult because the rotation happens a lot faster. This is what we call our underhand race and chase, and it's the next pattern that you need in your rope floor journey. So each time the rope hits the ground, we're crossing to the other side, still transferring the weight, bringing the head over the same side foot. So let's start on that side swing, finding the underhand pattern, allowing the rope to move forward, up and around. Are you ready? Get set, let's go. Cross, 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 cross. So as you're doing this movement, drive the movement with the hips, the knees, and the ankles, allowing that weight to shift from left to right, bringing the head over the foot. Let's take a closer look at Coach Ray. So Coach Ray is keeping those elbows softly bent and allowing that shoulder to drive the movement as he crosses to the other side. He's also allowing his heels to come up off the ground to really complete that transfer of weight from the head over the foot. This is what we call our underhand race and chase. And if you got that team, congratulations, that's your second rope flow pattern unlocked. Nice one, Coach Ray. Okay team, we're ready to unlock the overhand pattern. So let's start with the left hand with a loose grip on that rope, swinging the rope back and forth. So if in the underhand pattern, we were waiting for the rope to make its way forward, for the overhand pattern, we want to wait for the rope to make its way backward. And once it hits its peak of the pendulum coming backward, that's when we pull it up and over and around into our overhand pattern. So as you're rolling that rope, allow that wrist to rotate as well and begin to drive the movement with the elbow, the shoulder, and even the rest of that whole side body on the right side. You want to transfer that weight over the right foot and bounce up and down with that rope so that you can really sync up with the rope's movement. So allow that opposite heel to come off the ground as well to know that you really transferred your weight all the way. Let's try that same thing on the other side. When we do that crossing for the overhand, we want to wait for the rope to hit the ground. After it hits the ground, you're going to pull it up, cross over the body, and allow it to swing backwards again. So let me show you one more time. After it hits the ground, you're going to pull it up, cross over, and as you transfer to the other hand, you want to make sure you're continuing in an overhand pattern and you didn't switch back to underhand, which can happen sometimes, so watch out for that. So we're going to try out that crossing now. You want to make sure that you cross after every 4 hits. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, and cross. 1, 2, 3, and cross. Great job, guys. Keep your eyes on the rope and cross. And make sure that as you shift from one side to the other, you're also shifting your head over that same side foot to bring that weight to the other side. Last one. 1, 2, 3, and cross. Awesome job, you guys. Let's go for 2 hits after every cross. So start on that left hand. Find your overhand pattern by waiting for the rope to make its way back. Ready, go. 1, cross, 1, cross, 1, cross. Great job, guys. As you're crossing that rope to the other side, you can almost imagine throwing like a hook in boxing. And remember, shift that weight and drive the movement with the shoulder. Allow the heels to come off the ground. Great job, guys. Last one, 1, and finish. Great job, Coach Ray. Great job, everyone back home. Okay, we're ready to start using both hands now. So hold your rope with the handles where your palms are, and remember, keep that loose grip, A-okay. Let's start on this left side, finding the pendulum, and we want to find our overhand pattern. So wait for the rope to make its way backward, and then you're going to pull it up and over and continue that rotation. So remember to transfer that head over the same side foot and bounce up and down. Our goal here is control. We're going to try that same drill as last time, so cross every 4 hits. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, and cross. 1, 2, 3, and cross. 1, 2, 3, and cross. Great job, guys. Continue to let that rope cross. 1, 2, 3, and cross. 1, 2, 3, and finish. Great job, you guys. So now, challenge. Cross after every 2 hits so that we can unlock the Matador pattern here on our overhand side. So let's try that again. Start on the left side, swing the rope back and forth, and once the rope makes its way back, you're gonna pull it up and over and go for that rotation. So remember, we're gonna cross after every 2 hits, so you've gotta be quick. Ready? Go. 1, cross, 1, cross, 1, cross. Great job, guys. Continue to let that rope cross over to the other side and keep those elbows softly bent. Great job, guys. Let's take a closer look at Coach Ray here. So you can see that as Coach Ray crosses his rope from one side to the other, he's really shifting that weight and throwing his elbow out, driving the movement of the rope to actually make a smooth crossing to the other side. So your goal for this Matador is fluidity. Involve the shoulders, involve the hips, and even allow the heels to come off the ground to make sure that you're crossing over and fully transferring that weight to the other side. Great job there, Coach Ray. Great job, everyone at home. If you got that, congratulations, you just did your overhand Matador pattern. We're now ready to move on to the overhand race and chase. So let's get to it. Okay, team, we're ready for our overhand race and chase. This means we're going to be crossing the rope over each time it hits the ground. So we really have to be more mindful here. This is what it's going to look like. So as you cross over to the other side, you really need to be shifting your weight and driving the movement with the elbows. Rotational power is what we're going to focus on here. Are you ready, team? Let's start on the left side. You can always start with your pendulum anytime you get lost. For the overhand, we want to wait for it to make its way backwards. Then we're going to pull it up and over. Cross every hit, okay? Ready? Go. 1, cross, 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 cross. Great job, guys. So as we're crossing, exaggerate the movement of those shoulders, bend the elbows, and allow them to flare outward. Make sure you're involving the hips and rotating on the balls of those feet. Let's take a closer look at Coach Ray for this overhand race and chase. So you can see that he's really allowing that rotational pattern to bring the rope from one side to the other. You can almost imagine a lying down figure 8 shape that he's making with his hands. So this is our overhand race and chase. Ray, great job. And everyone at home, great job. You just unlocked your last rope flow pattern for this video. Now, if you were confused, I want you to drop your rope and try out this bodyweight drill. You can come to these drills anytime you're getting confused with your underhand and overhand patterns so that you can practice what your body's movement is supposed to be in those movements. So, what I want you to remember is whatever side you're rolling your rope on should be the same side as the hand that is under. For our underhand pattern, as we cross into our race and chase, the crossing happens under the hand. just like this. So you're gonna practice that race and chase pattern, allowing the weight to transfer and practicing the exchange of the hands. Because a lot of the time, this is what we tend to have difficulty with. So we can do the same thing for our overhand pattern. For our overhand pattern, it's the opposite. So whatever side we're rolling our rope on, we want that same side hand to be on top. And as we do the race and chase pattern, the crossing happens over that other hand. That's why it's called the overhand pattern. So anytime you guys get confused, come back to these bodyweight drills and really spend some time understanding what your body is supposed to be doing in the movement. Because rope flow, although we're using a rope, is really all about the way that your body moves. So don't take these movements for granted. Great job, team! That was awesome! You are now ready to start your rope flow journey. See you next time!